So here's what I want you to know. Getting back with your ex is not about learning what to say or what to do. Getting back with your ex is about making a change in your mindset, your self-perception, your self-respect. And it is as simple as changing your mind about a few very important things. So just take a moment to consider that instead of trying to, let's say, prove yourself to your ex, you could realize you don't need to, and that you shouldn't try to prove yourself to anyone, not even yourself. Realize that instead of dropping everything and responding immediately when your ex, let's say, reaches out, you could choose to take care of whatever you're doing first and only reply when you're actually not busy anymore. You could realize that instead of trying to impress your ex, you could wonder if they will actually work on impressing you. And that instead of clawing for your ex's validation, you could just settle to validate yourself more. That before you send them your fourth text or you call them up for the second time in a row, you could just ask yourself, hey, wait a second, has my ex actually texted me back recently or returned my call or something like that? Instead of obsessing about how you come across when you talk to them, you could focus more on how they come across when they talk to you. Like, are they invested, semi-invested, completely turned off? I want you to realize all of these things. I want you to realize even that instead of getting upset or pissed off when they don't want to get back together with you, you could simply decide that that means you probably wouldn't want to get back together with someone like that anyways. Now look, I get it. This mindset that I'm trying to convey in this video, it may sound a bit selfish, but in fact, it's called having firm boundaries, noteworthy self-respect, and high self-esteem. It is the equivalent of being a mature, healthy individual with standards, so someone that actually has a spine. What I'm saying is, I want you to only make time for your ex if they make time for you. I want you to only put effort into meeting your ex's needs if they put in the effort to meet your needs. I want you to only work on getting them back if they work on getting you back. Now look, maybe you think you're not experienced enough to do these things, to adopt this mindset and act based on it. Maybe you think you're too needy or too attached to your ex. Maybe you think you're just too weak. And perhaps you are correct about all of that. But being right doesn't change the point. If you want a better chance at mending your relationship, you'll have to work on changing your mind, and there's just no other way around it. Believe me, you'll have a much better shot of reattracting your ex if you can be someone who they can respect, who they can trust, someone actually worth coming back to. Because, look, if you're consistently the only one fighting for their love, chasing after them, seeking their approval, blowing up their phone, fussing about how they perceive you and what they think of you, and so on and so forth, how can they ever respect, trust, and love you? Newsflash, they can't. No one is attracted to or truly loves someone who they cannot respect or trust. That's why you can have all the best tricks and tactics and techniques and fake behaviors in the world, and in the long run, you still fail to rekindle your relationship. The mindset those methods produce, it only leads to unattractive behavior. It promotes anxiety, jealousy, insecurity, even obsession. It encourages the need to impress, to try too hard, and to say things that are not genuine, that are not sincere or even ethical sometimes. And it nurtures relational dysfunction and misery. Like, I want you to understand that it's not about what you say or what you do. It's not about the tactics and gimmicks. You are what attracts or repels your ex, not the performance you put on. Put differently, it's not about what you say or what you do that gets your ex back, it's who you become that gets them back. So, what you stand for, what kind of values you present to the world, what kind of principles you embody. What you say or what you do, this should only be an extension of what you embody. In and of themselves, the words and the actions, they mean nothing. So what I'm saying is, don't act attractive, actually work on becoming attractive. Because this is the mentality that will actually lead to all the attractive behavior that I talk about in my articles, on my blog, and in these videos. It is what will help you freely express yourself instead of saying or doing stuff that your ex wants you to say or do. It will lessen your irrational fears and insecurities instead of expanding them. These behaviors, this mentality, will erode feelings of unworthiness instead of hardening them even further. Now, I don't care if your ex is like a damn supermodel, if they have a bursting social circle, if they're famous, if they have a bazillion dollars in their fucking bank account. Are they worth your time? Are they worth your energy and effort? Do you actually enjoy being around them? Do they treat you well? Do you feel trusted and do you feel respected? Do you feel valued when it comes to them, when it comes to your interactions? Like, these are the questions you should be asking yourself. And the only way you'll start asking them and actually get helpful, useful answers and empowering responses from others is if you authentically improve yourself. Because the only real ex-back advice really is just self-improvement. So eat well, work out, get quality sleep, date around, invest in your lifestyle, overcome your insecurities, your anxieties, your shame, build up some confidence and self-esteem, and be sure to love yourself. Otherwise, no one else will. Your ex will never see your value as a person if you don't value yourself first. And throwing yourself into self-improvement is the only viable way to demonstrate that value not only to them, but also to yourself. I want you to think, if there's one thing you take away from this video, I want you to think about this entire philosophy that I'm trying to convey in terms of the classic but cringy Wayne Dyer quote, which is, loving others starts with loving myself. If you don't love yourself, nobody else will. Not only that, you won't be good at loving anyone else, because loving starts with the self. That's all I have for you for today. If you want to go and dive deeper into this ex-back philosophy, into my approach for rekindling a relationship, you should download my Reattraction cheat sheet. It's a free one-page resource that basically explains the entire process and gives you a bunch of practical tips and advice on how to mend your relationship. And you can download this free resource via the link in the description below this video. So that's it from my side. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to jump into the comment section and just share your thoughts about what you think about this approach, this philosophy, and that's pretty much it. So take care and bye-bye.